Welcome back to the Patty Sadler Show. It is my privilege and my honor to welcome on, well, we have a special guest. It's Sue Reese Finlay. Now, Sue Reese Finlay, for most of her life, she enjoyed baking cookies, eating chocolate, and munching all sorts of candy. As a young girl, she camped by the table of treats at all of the family gatherings, sampling and eating until she could eat no more. In the spring of 2011, Sue and her daughter decided to walk away from chocolate and sugar and walk towards health. She is now 50 plus pounds lighter in body, mind, and spirit. About 9 months into her health journey, Sue began receiving impressions of creating something for women and began sharing her ideas and dreams with her eldest son, Jeremy. A few months later, Our Voices magazine, an inspirational magazine for women, was born, and the intent of the magazine is to uplift, inspire, and empower women to live the life they were created to live. It is a free, subscription-based digital magazine filled with articles, stories, and experiences from men and women of myriad backgrounds. She's always interested in bringing in writers on board to share their gifts with the readers. Sue began coaching women when she discovered how simple and easy it was to be healthy, even during the time of life when many women and men simply seem to give up. She calls herself the Midlife Goddess and wants women and men to realize it is never too late to create what you want in your life. Her motto, envision, believe, commit, do. Let's welcome Sue Reese Finlay.
Hey there.
Okay, I'm real excited to have you here today. Can we get her up on the Skype? Okay, first of all, I would like you to tell us about, tell us a little bit about what started your health journey, what I just expressed a little bit of, your habits.
Right. Well, it's interesting to back up just a little bit. I've had chocolate and sugar my entire life, would send my kids into the store when they were like really young to get me bags of M&Ms because I was just too embarrassed to go. And so I've had this relationship with sugar and chocolate, my entire life. And so one day, as my daughter and I were finished mapping out our 2-mile walk in our new neighborhood, she turned to me and she said, "Mom, let's stop eating sugar and chocolate." And by that time of day, I was filled with M&Ms. I was ready to throw up. And I said, "Yes, okay, I'll do it." I was ready. She'd asked me many times before, or a few times before, and I said, "No, how can I live without my chocolate, my brownies, my Congo squares, my chocolate bars? How can I live without that?" But the stars were aligned. I was ready, and when she asked, I said yes, which surprised her and myself. But that's where it all began. And the next day, we just put our coats on, have my little clogs that I wore, and I put those on, and we just walked out the door. And we said goodbye to sugar and to milk chocolate, and began an adventure that I had no idea where it was going to lead. Or if I was going to lose weight, that wasn't the point. I wanted to be healthy because so much of my day was focused on, when's our next chocolate run going to be? Or, gosh, that's on sale. Let's go get 5 of those giant candy bars. My whole life seemed to be focused around my next treat. And so I had no idea where it was going to lead, but it led to me shedding. My body responded by giving me the gift of shedding about 60 pounds. And I've never felt deprived. I created a concoction where it satisfied a sweet tooth. And I still use it to this day. And, it's been an awesome journey. And that's where it all began. My awesome daughter had this idea come into her mind, and I said yes.
Wow. So your daughter and you went on this journey together, and you were able to change your whole life and your whole health around. And so then from that experience was born the magazine. Is that correct?
Yeah, because I really feel like had I not been clear in my mind, and getting rid of the sugar and chocolate just kind of cleaned me out in my mind and my spirit, my body. And so I started receiving these promptings. And I had no idea what they meant. I just started writing them down, and it had to do with women, somehow to assist women in who knows what way. And then I started dreaming about it, and so I shared my thoughts and my dreams with my son Jeremy, and I said, what do you think about this? You know, he was kind of like, getting ideas out to him, and he would bounce them back to me and say, well, what do you think? Try this, try that. Anyway, long story short, Our Voices magazine was born. And that was about 9 months after I began my health journey. And I'm a big believer in affirmations and intentions. And so I had this notebook, and I wrote down, once I realized it was going to be a magazine, I wrote down names of the people that I wanted to be part of this magazine and what I wanted them to do. So I kept writing their names and what I wanted them to do. And at some point, the thought was, okay, so when are you going to call them? When are you going to contact them? So I contacted my first person, and they said yes. And from there, it was just simple. Most everybody I contacted to share their gifts and talents and stories and experiences with women, they said yes. And I have men and women on board. And it's just amazing. The more I reach out to people, the more people say yes. It's just amazing the stories that are out there. My husband and I were in a seminar many years ago, and I had this thought come to me: every woman has a story. And I wrote that down. And as the magazine has unfolded, every woman and every man and child, but every woman does have a story. And I believe we're all connected. And when we get to share our stories and experiences with other people, it's amazing the difference it can make in everyone's life. And so it's just been a really awesome unfolding experience that I had no idea when I started what it would become. So it's been a real joy to me.
Wow.
To have that. And to have you as one of the writers, Patty.
I am a contributing writer. This magazine is called, it's named Our Voices Magazine. It's online. You can go to ourvoicesmagazine.com and you can sign up for a free subscription. And it has men and women, and it's inspiring. You can share it with your family. It's been a great platform for some of us to share our experience and for others to gain insight and inspiration. And Sue, it's just amazing what you created there. Let me ask you,
Yes.
you made some mighty transformations in your life, and now you're assisting others to do the same. So can we hear about your programs or what it is you're doing?
Well, one of my programs is Achieve Your Lean 2015, and that began as an online adventure where you'd pay a small fee and you'd get things online. You'd get recipes, you'd get assistance from me and via email and ideas and exactly what I did. You know, what did I do? And so that is where I share that. And someone can have success, no doubt, following that. But what I really am passionate about is having this one-on-one conversation with women and mentoring them, because you get accountability into play. You get the comradeship. And it's just more powerful to have that one-on-one connection.
Right.
And so that's what I am passionate about as well, is assisting women and coaching women. Because, you know, I have to tell you about the Midlife Goddess thing. My son is involved with something called Wake Up Warrior. And he started calling me a goddess a couple of years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. And I thought, oh, that's so nice, Jeremy. You know, that's so nice. And as I was thinking of, well, what could I call myself? I thought, oh, Midlife Babes. I don't know. I'm not so thrilled about that. So Midlife Goddess came about. That's why I refer to myself as the Midlife Goddess, because I believe when we enter midlife, gosh, we've got so much to share with the world. We've been through a ton. We're still going through a ton. But we still have so much to offer. And I think so many of us women, and I think men as well, but particularly women, we kind of give up. Kind of think, okay, if we've had kids, they're almost gone from the house. And, you know, what am I going to do? I'll just kind of ride my life out till it ends. And it's like, there's so much more that we get to do when we enter this age. And so I'm going to have t-shirts made up, Midlife Goddess. I'm a Midlife Goddess or something, because we do have so much to offer the world. And I'm a big believer in continually expanding to the best version of ourselves. And it's not easy. I'll tell you that much. You put something out, an intention to the universe, and it responds with like, are you sure? Bam, I'm going to throw this at you and this at you to prove that what you say you want, you really want. And so going on a life, living a life of intention and affirmations and declarations, that's a midlife goddess. You realize we have so much to offer the world at this age. And that's what my passion is, to assist women in believing it and recognizing it.
You know what's so beautiful about that is that you're owning it. And that's what I would love to see women do, is own their potential, own what they want to be, own what they can be. If more women would step up and own that, just think how much power there would be in that, in those voices.
Yeah.
So there was something you were telling me about earlier about daily rituals and habits that helped to form this whole program for you, or helped to change your life. Can you tell us a little bit about the rituals and habits?
So rituals and habits, it's doing the small, simple things regularly and every day. Instead of going out, one of my mentors explained it like this: instead of wanting to hit a home run every time you go to bat, it's swinging the singles, doing the singles. And you get on base, and then you start hitting home run. You make a home run. But it's doing the small and simple details and rituals. For instance, I was in my first triathlon this past January. And the moment I said, I'm going to do it, bam, 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 all these things started coming my way, which would have been so easy to just give up. But I persisted in just the daily rituals, getting out and running, going swimming, and riding the bike just every day. And some days I was riding the bike just crying, just sobbing, because there was so much craziness going on in my life at the time. And I didn't know how I was going to survive, but I was committed to doing these little rituals. So I would just ride and tears would flow. And, not all the time, of course, but the moments that it did, being committed to those rituals is what got me through. It wasn't, I'm going to do it, I'm going to, train for a week, and then that's it. It's like every single day. So I get up and I go for my walk. I do water. I do whatever the rituals that you want. When you consistently do those, you're going to find success at the end of the road there. And so, did I answer your question? I think I got off.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Do we have that video? Let's pull the video up of Miss Sue, and then we'll get right back with her. Just one moment here, and let's see that.
All right.
Hey there, this is Sue Reese Finlay, the Midlife Goddess. It is November 1st, 2014, and it is a gorgeous day today. It feels like winter. It's so crazily windy, but it's awesome. And the tip for the day is change your words, change your life. When we get to say, I gotta go to work today, I have to do this, I have to do that. My tip for the day is to change that word to I get to. I have to go to work. I get to go to work. I have to walk the dog. I get to walk the dog. I have to go to the grocery store. I get to go to the grocery store. The energy is so different when you use the word have to versus the word I get to. So that's my tip for the day. Change your language, change your life. This is Sue Reese Finlay, the Midlife Goddess, and author of the upcoming book, Confessions of a Cookie Snatcher. Envision, believe, commit, and do. See you later. Till next time. Bye.
Okay, so now I'm really excited about having Sue here today. Sue, tell us a little bit about your Confessions of a Cookie Snatcher title.
Oh, yeah. So, Confessions of a Cookie Snatcher is a book I'm writing, and it's about all my experiences throughout my life, leading up to when I, decided to change. And I think my husband came up with that title because I was always baking cookies.
Wow.
And so it's my confessions. It's, the raw, authentic reality of a sugar addict, if I could be so brave and blunt. But I am definitely one who's been addicted to sugar. And I think if an alcoholic decides to just take a sip, chances are they're going to just start drinking the whole thing.
Right.
So, like for me, someone says, just have a bite,
Uh-huh.
just a little bit. Well, that little bite turns into the entire bag.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have the control. But for some reason, when I make a decision, I'm able to just focus and just keep it. It's been over 4 years now.
Wow.
And I have no desire to go back. I have created some healthy chocolate, which has been awesome. And so there are different ways to spruce up your food to make it taste really awesome and really delicious. But that's what I'm working on.
And these are some things that you work with your clients on, is to help them to change their life too as well, right?
Yeah, and give them tips on what to do, because it's really simple. Once it all gets boiled down to choices.
Yeah.
And it's really simple to make a choice, and then to have the accountability in place to assist you in keeping those choices.
Right.
Keeping true to the choices that you're making. But it just boils down to the person. You get to make the choice, And so no one can force anyone to change. We get to change ourselves.
That is
And
so
so I'm
true.
just there to assist them and be there for them and coach them.
Oh, that is so true. And it is all about our choices. And when we have changed our own life in certain ways, like you have made some traumatic changes in your life, and we're able to give back and find people that are willing to make those choices as well. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it is. It really is. And the thing is, it's just what hit me all of a sudden, several months into it, I looked at my daughter and I said, Mel, this is so easy. It's just so easy. Because I think a lot of times when I had thought about maybe making some changes, I thought it's going to be so hard. But it is whatever we decide it's going to be.
Yeah.
If we think something's going to be hard, it will be hard. But
Yeah, we can make it hard, or
just
we can-
making the choice to do it, I realized how simple it is, and it's just a matter of educating ourselves and deciding what is it that we want. What do we want?
Wow.
Because we get what we want, because we do the things to get what we want.
Yes. If we want something bad enough, we actually create it. So.
Exactly.
So we got to find what's in our heart, really. So Confessions of a Cookie Snatcher is her website. She's also got ourvoicesmagazine.com. And the Confessions of a Cookie Snatcher is the title of a book she's currently writing, and it will share the journey of her life along with addiction to sugar and chocolate and her subsequent life-altering decision to walk away from it. And she did it cold turkey, folks. So, Susan, I feel really blessed and grateful to have you here today. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Kathy.
And we hope to have you again.
I'd love to come back. Thank
Okay.
you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Sue.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was Sue Reese Finlay. And oh my gosh, she's exciting. She's got some exciting things coming up with this book that's coming out. And go to confessionsofaCookieSnatcher.com or ourvoicesmagazine.com and sign up for the free subscription of the inspiring magazine for women. And men and women actually write in this magazine, and it's a great forum for inspirational stories. I want to thank you all for being here on the show with us today, and I hope you have a great Father's Day. Again, shout out to my dad for Father's Day, and have a blessed weekend. We'll see you next time.